Welcome, everybody, to Sit Downs with City Lifestyle Vegas Edition. I'm Camila Celea Ray, and today with me, I have a local personality. Yes, yes, yes. He is currently and has been for 10 years the president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. He has been doing incredible things as the leader of that organization, and we're going to talk about that. By the way, you have a hint now. He is Peter Guzman. He's also the president of the OPA group, and we're going to talk a little bit about that too. And it's a company that works with real estate, selling and trading, and then investing as well. And you helped the community, especially the Latinos, with affordable housing. Supported by politicians. You won several awards from 2002 to 2009 as the top producer of the company that you used to work for. So you've just accomplished amazing things, Peter.
Well, thank you.
Seems like you are a natural leader. Welcome. I'm honored to have you here today.
Actually, the honor is mine, and thank you for allowing me to be on the show. And congratulations to all your success and all your followers and the growing company that you have. And yeah, what an entrance. Thank you. I forget sometimes some of the things that I've done because I live in the moment and I'm still doing a lot. So yes, I'm president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. It's an honor. I've been involved with the chamber for close to 30 years as a volunteer and board member and all of that while I was doing real estate. And then, 10 years ago, they started asking me if I wanted to take over the whole thing, and I said yes.
And you've been on that seat for 10 years.
10 years. It's amazing. Where we started and where we're at today is just day and night. I can promise you that.
So tell us, where did it start and what was your vision and where you are now? Because last year, you guys celebrated 50 years of Latin Chamber.
Yeah, well, we're celebrating that now. So we now start 50 years.
Oh,
it's January 1st, 50
of
years.
2026. Okay.
Correct. So at the gala, we kicked off the announcement that we're turning 50.
Okay.
And now this is my 10th year, so it's a 50-10.
Very
cool. But it started 50 years ago with a man named Otto Merida, who is someone that I love. And he's the one that while I was really climbing in the real estate world, he came to me and said, hey, I'm glad you're doing great, but we need young Hispanic kids to see people that are doing great that look like them. And so I said, well, what do you want me to do? And he said, I want you to join the chamber. I want you to be a volunteer at the chamber. So I did. And that was been a 30-year ride. But then the last 10, he had been president for 40 years.
Wow. So he founded it.
He founded it, president for 40 years. And then he asked me, he says, I ran out of gas. And quite frankly, I could say this now, the chamber had run into some trouble.
Okay.
It became too much of a social club. And remember, the Chamber of Commerce is about business.
Yes.
Increasing people's business.
Yes.
And I have a passion for that because that's all I've ever done. I really was that kid selling lemonade as a kid, and I've been an entrepreneur really all my life.
And you know what's so admirable? You are the first generation American, right? I'm an immigrant myself. I'm from Brazil, and that's why I joined the Latin Chamber. And so you are living the American dream, right?
I really feel that.
Yeah, you are living the American dream.
I feel that. And it is a dream. And my father came here from Cuba, escaped communism in 19, never to see his mom and dad again.
Wow.
And when I asked him why did he do it, he said he saw the writing on the wall there, and he wanted his children, when he was going to have them, to have an opportunity. And so I'm glad he did because I do feel that this is still the land of opportunity and the American dream.
America's the greatest country on earth.
There is no debate or question about that.
I agree.
And I have been other places, and other places are beautiful. But when you talk about a young kid waking up in the morning after having a dream and being able to fulfill that dream, this is the greatest place to have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Kids in Cuba don't even know what a dream is. They don't really have any dreams.
Yeah, it's not only Cuba, it's any third world country. Like I kind of grew up in Brazil. I traveled everywhere, lived in other places. But Brazil is a very difficult place to live if you want to own a business and succeed. And,
Yeah.
look what's happening with Venezuela, what happened like for many years. So,
And this is really why
Yeah.
so many immigrants come here and do so well. They have the entrepreneur spirit because one of the components to entrepreneurship is your ability to adjust
Yeah.
in chaotic moments.
Yeah.
Well, think about an immigrant's life. That's
Yeah.
where they come from.
Yeah.
So they come here where there's a little more stability, little more resources, and listen, the immigrant community is killing it.
amazing, amazing. And you lead with your heart, right? So how have you grown? How did you stop the Latin Chamber from continuing or really becoming a social club and becoming a chamber of commerce? And how has it grown? Like how many new members have you added in the past few years?
So quite frankly, that's one of the reasons why I said yes. I asked for the financials. I saw the writing on the wall. That was a challenge for me, and I love challenges. So that was step one. Step two, I saw an opportunity in being able to say, quite frankly, and I don't mean this arrogantly in any way, I was able to look at the board of directors and tell them, you honestly can't afford me. So here's the scenario I'm going to take this under. I'm not going to take any salary because you can't afford me, but you're going to stay out of my way. You're going to let me run this as a business. Members should be viewed as shareholders of a publicly traded company called the Latin Chamber of Commerce, and I answer to my members. I wake up and go to sleep thinking about my members who actually write a check and say, we want to be part of this. Why are they saying that? Because they know they're going to have a leader and an organization that's going to fight for them and help to open doors and help get them contracts. That's my passion. And so under that scenario, the board said, no, that's what we want. And kudos to them. And I let them know I'm going to still do real estate. I'm still going to do real estate consulting because that's how I feed my family. But
Since you're not getting a salary, right?
But I'm going to turn this chamber around. I feel I can do that. And if I can't, I'll be the first one to fire me. I have no problem with that. And here we are 10 years later, and we turned it around. I think we had about 450 members when I started. We have over 2,000 now.
Wow.
And on the corporate level, we got all the big boys to come on and say, take a look. All I did was say, in year 2, I said, take a look at us again. Take a second look at us, please.
I love
that. And they did. And here we are today. I'm so proud of that.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, because at the same time, I also am very conscious of I'm carrying Otto Merida's legacy.
Yeah.
This is something that he started, 50 years ago. You can imagine the doors were thrown in his face.
Yeah, and Latinos, as any other culture, right, ethnicity in this country, we need support. Unfortunately, there is still a lot of discrimination going on.
A lot of obstacles.
A lot of obstacles. So we need the support, all the support that we can get from true leaders that are inspirational, that fight for us and help us open doors and give us information and education. And so with that, I want you to touch on some key programs that Latin Chamber has to offer.
Yeah, listen, I'm blessed to have an incredible staff. You've met some of them. And Beatrice, starts with Beatrice, who's my right hand. She's amazing. And then we have Carlos, who really deals with the community and all the issues. And then we have others, Jorge and Carlitos and Natalie. But I brought in a lady named Maite Salazar, who's been involved with the chamber for for 20 years plus. But I brought her in with a focus to run the program because, listen, I know how to run companies. I know how to turn things around. I really feel like I know what success looks like, but I also know my faults and my areas that I'm not strong at, and that's my patience level. So what does that mean? That means, I'm not the guy to design a program and
execute.
I can execute. I can make sure it's executed.
Okay.
But I need somebody who does the work,
the day-to-day,
the design of it. And man, Maite Salazar is a blessing. She has taken our leadership programs, Avanzando, our Great Leaders program. Like, we have so many programs. What I do great is I go out and get the funding for it. I make big companies believe in us because these things need to be funded.
Yeah, they do.
They're not done with a smile.
And they're free for members.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
And so now the stories are coming back, the changing of the lives. I'm getting story after story. And so I owe so much to Maite Salazar for taking that on and taking it to a whole nother level. But listen, for those of you listening, I believe that's what great leadership is. That's what great leaders do. We put our egos in check and we surround ourselves with people that are great.
Yeah.
I would,
We don't do anything by ourselves,
no.
Peter.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I get a lot of the glory, because I am the face.
Yeah.
But I am always, always conscious of telling the world, those who will listen, that it ain't me.
Right.
It's a team.
Right.
It's a team.
Well, and a great leader chooses the right people, puts the right people in the right place. It's about the culture of the organization. And you are aware of the culture of the Latin Chamber.
Correct. And right now, this moment, as I look in the camera, this is another example of it, right? You wouldn't have me on if there wasn't a reason.
For sure.
If you didn't see something in our organization, if you didn't see good leadership. And look what happens.
Yeah.
Now I'm on your show, and I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, because we do need organizations that add value to our businesses, to our community, that's going to just bring people together to continue to grow.
Yeah, and, I agree with that. But I also want to say that for those that are, looking to expand and grow, networking is important.
Yeah.
But I understand your point. There are a lot of rooms for networking.
Exactly.
You need to pick and choose which room you're going to be in to network, and that's what we do best. If I have a secret sauce, is that I guarantee you that I could put you in a room with movers and shakers. I'm not a magician. You need to enter that room and be prepared.
Right.
But I will get you in that room.
Show up, right?
Show up.
Show up.
Show up, rise up.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. And
Damn, I'm ready to go.
I know you're on fire, Peter. So am I now. Okay. So I visited the chamber recently, and I understand that there's a new board, right? So what is the vision for the next 2 years? Because that's how long this current board is going to stay.
Yeah, and we're going to have our retreat here in a couple weeks, and I'm going to paint out that picture of what I feel like the vision should be, and I think the board's aligned. I know the board is aligned. And listen, it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If the wheel is rolling good, let's just help that wheel continue to roll good. That's the vision. We know what the secret sauce is, and that is delivering. You ask, we deliver. That's our model. We don't ask anything else. That's our model, and let's expand on that. More programming, more leadership, more resources. I think, regardless of anybody's political views, I feel strongly about the second quarter, third quarter of this year, 2026. I think April, June, July. I think the potential for our economy to take off like a rocket. I firmly believe it could happen.
And the funny thing is, I went to the LVGA last year, and from what I heard, the economy in Nevada is strong, right? The problem is the fear that is caused by the media, the panic that they cause. Everything is fatalistic. The apocalypse is coming.
God,
and
true.
that puts fear in people, and they just stop spending. And spending is part of a rolling, good, growing economy.
Yeah, uncertainty matters, right? But there's listen, what we haven't had to deal with in years past is the speed of the internet, speed of social media, the 24/7 of it.
Yeah.
That is a problem because it does have effect on our economy now. When you have people who, and some, by the way, are cheerleading that the economy doesn't go well because
then it fits their narrative.
It fits their narrative.
Yep.
And then they can get power out of that. That's sad because the reality is if you study fundamentals of our economy, it is doing well. And egg prices are down.
And so is gas.
And gas, I was going there next. Gas prices down. And by the way, I don't know if you know that in my bio, I don't even have it in there, but I'm part of the San Francisco Federal Reserve.
Oh, I did not know that. It's not in your bio. We have to include that.
I sit in meetings with the Federal Reserve. When I tell you that, and I'm not the smartest guy in that room, and that's a good thing. You never want to be the smartest guy in the room. I want to be in rooms where there's people smarter than me so I can learn and grow. What I learned from there, but I did teach them something. I'm the first one that brought up in a meeting at the Federal Reserve in San Francisco that egg prices matter to the Hispanic community because eggs is the cheapest protein. When you have a large family and not a lot of money, you know what a lot of my dinners were eggs growing up. Eggs and white rice. They were shocked. And now I couldn't believe it when Mary Daly, the head of the Federal Reserve in San Francisco, actually used it in her speeches.
Really?
That egg prices mattered.
Wow.
They matter to restaurants. Imagine if you're a breakfast restaurant.
Right.
Think egg prices doesn't matter to you? They're coming down now, big time. And so the fundamentals of the economy are doing well. We've only scratched the surface. I think next year it's going to take off. That doesn't mean I'm pro-Trump, anti-Trump, political.
Doesn't matter.
But
you're pro-country. You're pro-country.
But the journalists that have a narrative and agenda, they're pushing this. And guess what? They have the power to affect our economy. And that's sad.
It is sad.
Because they're telling us how slow Vegas is, but the gaming companies are announcing record earnings.
Right. Yeah. Hear that, people? Hear that? Yes. Las Vegas is booming.
100%.
Very cool.
Are there areas for improvement?
Always.
Of course, always.
Always. And thank
But
God,
stop
so we
the
can
doom
grow.
and gloom.
Yeah.
Stop the doom and gloom. And certainly for the watchers and listeners, don't get caught up in that cancer of doom and gloom because you'll stay there. You'll get stuck there. Always find a way to find the positives in the most challenging moments. That's the secret to my success.
And look for people that can support you, right? Because it's an exchange.
Well, that's a given. If you're hanging out...
It is a given, but a lot of people don't know.
It's a cancer. If you're hanging out with people who are pooping on your dreams and man, you're going to stay there. You will stay there and you'll wake up one day and it's 20 years of that. I don't play that. As soon as somebody starts talking to me about the doom and gloom and the negativity, let me tell you something. I do give them 5 minutes. Because I'm going to try to change their outlook. But if I can't change it in 5-10 minutes, we're probably not having a second meeting. I don't have time for that.
Good for you. Good for you. And so you do so much. How do you balance life, personal, professional? Because you are involved. I didn't even know about the Federal Reserve, but you were with the Mob Museum, the Nevada governor's appointed.
Chairman of Public Education Foundation.
Like, tell us more.
Yeah, so I do prioritize. The first few years, because I wanted to turn the chamber around, I was saying yes to everything. And I'm glad I did, because I do want to serve. But there comes a point where you got to prioritize and then maybe add board members to be involved. But I have a priority list. And let me be very honest with you on my priority list. It starts with my wife and my kids. And it may start with my kids and my wife, right? And she would say the same thing. What defines me more than anything is I'm a family man. I love my family so much. I love my kids and my wife so much.
Love that.
And every decision I make, it starts with that, with them in mind, because I need to be an example. In fact, I wrote something on my social media recently that something to the effect of, if you want your kids to reach and dream for success, show them an example. So I am the example.
Yes, you are.
So it starts there. That's my priority, okay? Nothing comes before them. And then I prioritize by asking myself, not for my ego purposes, but for my members' purposes. When I'm asked to be on a board, the first thing I think of is, in what way will this help my membership?
Yeah.
Because that's who I owe it to.
Yes.
And that's who
you're representing, right?
100%.
It's the community. And how many are we 20% now in this country? The Latinos?
At the very least.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like to be counted. So the number, recently I sent out something yesterday that we were about, 30% of Nevada. We're probably over 40.
Really?
Listen, we're 51% of the Clark County School District. So how can we only be 20%?
Wow, 51%
That's
of
right.
Latinos. Over half. That's impressive. We are the force.
That's right. And elected officials, those running, if you ignore the Hispanic community, you will not win.
Love that. Okay, so let's start wrapping this up. And you are like...
Why not? Let's go all day.
Okay, what else do you want to talk about? I'll give you the floor right now.
No. I want to talk about whatever's a priority to you.
Well, I before we wrap it up, I really think that it's important to mention how you advocate for affordable housing and how that got started and how is it on the day-to-day to do that.
And just so you know, I promise you this, I, 10 years ago, been using the word attainable housing.
Attainable housing.
Why?
I like that.
And why? Because when you say affordable housing to groups of people, they automatically think low income, high crime, doom and gloom, nonsense.
Okay.
So I asked the governor to start using attainable housing, and he is. I was with him the other day. He was talking about it, and he said attainable housing. Because housing needs to be attainable for everybody. Low-income folks and high-income folks.
It's part of the American dream.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it needs to always be the American dream. I say that because there's a little bit of a movement when I talk to young people, and even in our colleges, teaching that real estate's not important. Folks, let me look you in the camera and tell you, over 80% of all wealth built in the United States is built through real estate. The buying and selling of real estate is how you create generational wealth and you eliminate generational poverty. And at the very least, I'll give you an example of a client of mine, Maria Lopez, who today recently retired. She bought a house, held on to it. I think she bought it for like $180,000 and recently sold it for $600,000.
Wow.
Her retirement is that one piece of real estate.
Wow.
So don't tell me that real estate doesn't matter and buying and selling isn't the way out. Don't fall for that. Is it harder? Is it challenging? Yeah, everything. Life is hard. But you must be buying and selling real estate. At the very least, at least your own property. So I push for that. And attainable housing is something that we're talking about a lot. Trump recently came out with this idea of maybe buying up properties and real estate, putting them on the market. I love all ideas. I think everything should be on the table. What I'm not for ever is rent control. It does not work. Hasn't worked in New York, Chicago, California. Buying and selling real estate is how it works, and the government should not be heavily involved in that.
Well, the government should stay away as much as
Get
possible.
out of the way.
Yes. We know what we're doing. At least we can get organized.
The adults do, yes.
Yes, we know what we're doing. Very good. And how can people get in touch with you or the chamber if they want to get members, like get more information? How does that all work?
Yeah, please. The Latin Chamber of Commerce, 702-385-7367. Start there. Make that first step. Call. Come to one of our events. You can be my guest at one of my events. See if it's for you, and then we'll start there.
Yeah, because we have the desayuno, the breakfast.
Every month we have Desayunos con Amigos, first Friday of the month. Third Friday of most months is our signature luncheon, where we're getting 400 people in a room.
That's so impressive.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And watching this growth is just amazing.
Yeah. And there's something for women too, right? Specifically for women. The
we have Cafecito now. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Another program that Maite came up with. I got the funding for it. And now we have this Cafecito every month, where a few men sneak in. Don't get it twisted. But it is mostly started as for a women's club.
Yeah.
And it grew from 20, 40, now it's 100 every month.
Yeah.
And they get together and they talk entrepreneurship and they teach and grow. There's one at the end of this month on the 30th.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same as the first lunch of this year.
Correct.
As well.
It's going to be on the same day this one time.
Yeah.
But really, go to our website, lvlcc.com. The calendar is on there. And reach out. Or just reach out. And remember, you ask, we deliver. I promise you that you will not spend a dime before I know that you can improve your business.
And the Latino community is so fun. You will at least have so much fun. It's very different than going to other chambers and other events. We are so embracing of people.
So I want to leave you with two things. So the governor was at my table at my gala this year. You were there. And he says to me, Pete, this is remarkable. And I said, well, what is? He goes, well, look at the audience.
800 people, right?
Over 800. It was close to 900,
wow.
But that's not what he meant. And I said, yeah, it's a big crowd. He goes, that's not what I meant. He goes, look at the crowd. He said, it looks like it's about 60% Hispanic and 40% other. That's remarkable. Mm-hmm. And it is remarkable, and it's intentional. Mm-hmm. I want everybody doing business with each other.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Very good. Peter, it's been an honor and a pleasure again to have you here today for this conversation.
This has been a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll do it again.
You will be back, for sure. For sure.
Brasileña.
Brasileira.
Brasileira.
Brasileira. Sim, senor. Very good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching this incredible interview with Peter Guzman. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know who else you want to hear from, and I'll bring it on. You know, we only bring the best in class of our community. See you later.